Стас Власенко в любой ситуации идет вперед до конца. Вот с такими соперниками очень тяжело что-то сделать, если досрочно его не выключить, а его очень сложно уже выключить, поэтому я думаю, такой бой на зубах прям будет.
Особо тактики как бы нет, также, я думаю, передышать, функционально подойти хорошо к нему. Открыто кидаться в борьбу не буду, и буду стойки работать и совмещать с борьбой.
В целом я хочу и в борьбе себя попробовать. Где-то и сам могу побороться, и позащищаться от борьбы, и в удар. Ну, будем пробовать все по ситуации, потому что я еще не знаю, что Стас готовит. Я думаю, там будут сюрпризы, но мы готовы ко всему и будем навязывать свои думы.
Я настраиваюсь на все 3 раунда и самый худший настрой. Если будет такой вариант сделать болевой, то я воспользуюсь этим шансом. Любые шансы буду использовать.
Итак, противостояние двух россиян в синий угол. Станислав, Власенко. Добро пожаловать.
So here he comes, Stanислав Власенko, in a really exciting matchup here in the welterweight division. Loads of respect between him and Sergey Handojko. But when it comes to the time for the cage door to close, both are looking to elevate their position in this welterweight rankings. Stanislav coming off the back of a very, very impressive win. There's been questions about his cardio. He throws everything into every shot. And in his last fight, back at ACB 48, stunning performance against Andrei Chibataru. Got the decision win there and shows that he can go those 3 rounds, and that is part of his game that he's evolved over these last 6 months, 12 months.
Well, Stanislav, when you watch his style of fighting, it's not that he doesn't train for the fight, but like you said, his style jumps through the air, Superman punch, flying knee. He throws not the most efficient techniques, but he goes crazy. He's all offense, which sometimes causes him to get in trouble, but at the same time, that's what causes him to get fatigued. You can't throw all these high output moves and not suffer the repercussions of the cardio kind of going away with it.
Красный угол приглашается также боец из России, носящий прозвище Хонда. Встречайте, Сергей Хандожко!
So here he comes, Honda, Sergey Handojko, a real character of the ACB League, one of the big personalities, and also one of the most technically gifted fighters we've got. Coming off the back of a loss in Moscow, his hometown, against Benny Alloway, got taken out in that fight. And after that, he talked about going back to training. He said didn't feel 100% for that fight, taking nothing away from Benny Alloway. Benny was well on point there, had the timing and the mark of the man in Moscow. But he went back, reassessed, regrouped, went out to Thailand, trained alongside Sharaf Davlatmuradov over at Top Team Phuket. And has really just come back mentally in a better place than he was before he walked into Moscow. Felt a lot of pressure fighting in his hometown. and now he's here in Tajikistan. That's taken away. He's relishing the fact that he's up against another top contender, someone who's coming off the back of the win, so he appreciates that. And now we will see how he responds to that loss, if he can get that momentum back and march back towards that welterweight title.
Yeah, and Sergey is an excellent striker, very efficient, pretty much the polar opposite of what you see with Stanislav. Sergey has no wasted movement, extremely efficient. He's like a viper out there, extremely clean, extremely precise, and really a joy to watch as far as if you want to see technical MMA striking.
A true personality of the sport as well. Great to talk to him. When you get to meet these fighters, there's the stoic traditional demeanor you get with some of them. But Handojko is just a ball of energy, smiles all the time. Outside the cage, enjoys playing computer games, hanging out with his mates, doing that sort of thing, living a normal life. But when he's in the cage, he says that all switch off, it all changes. From that smiley man, he turns into the animal we see in the ACB cage. And this will be a tough, tough test against Stanislav Vlasenko.
Итак, представляю вам соперников и первого бойца в синем углу. Ему 24 года, рост 175 сантиметров, вес 77,5 килограмм. Профессиональный рекорд 10 боев, 8 побед при 2 поражениях. Его стиль — вольная борьба. Дамы и господа, из Красноярска, Россия, Станислав Власенко. А вот его соперник в красном углу клетки. Бойцу 24 года. Рост 185 сантиметров, вес 77,6 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд 27 боев, 23 победы, 4 поражения. Его стиль — тайский бокс. Дамы и господа, из Москвы, Россия, Сергей Хандожко. Рефери поединка Ашот Ашугян.
Бойцы на середину. Внимательно слушаем. После команды стоп не работаем. Локтями бьем, коленями в голову только в стойке. В партере активность. Все по правилам, все знаете. Пожали руки. Удачи. По углам.
So we're set. Off we go. Vlasenko in the blue corner, Sergey Handojko in the red. Notice something on the mats there. Referee hasn't called for the clock to stop. So we reset and we're off again.
Yeah, technically, I mean, good thing both guys are, I guess, good sportsmen, because technically, that's the, you got to protect yourself at all times component of the fight. If one of them wanted to take a cheap shot, would have been legal.
Vlasenko looking to apply the pressure and the clinch to Sergey. One of the areas that people have highlighted with Sergey is this clinch, is the ground game. He's been working on that, entered combat sambo tournaments, just trying to up his level of grappling. Actually started as a wrestler, he's known as a striker, but early days when he got into martial arts, it was wrestling that brought him into the sport.
Well, he has the body lock right now. He's going to try to trip to his right, abandon it. But now Stanislav's low on the hips. He needs to dig that right arm underneath Stanislav's left arm and nullify him to be able to drop down.
Stanislav got a very grueling type of fight. Always puts it on you, adds the pressure. Very interested to see the fact he's looking to take it and straight into mount, but Sergey not.
Sergey was able to post up immediately, got his hips back up, and really for a second there I almost kind of held my breath, because as Sergey was being taken down, he almost got his foot trapped behind him. I don't know if you saw that. That's always an injury that scares me, because it'd be very detrimental to the fighter, and it's one of those just freak accidents that occur during the combat.
Well, you see, if you lose anything down there, you twist an ankle, your Achilles goes. So much of your base, so much of your power, your movement. Sergey Honda now pushing forward. Vlasenko faking with that takedown, but managed to catch the leg, and now back against the cage, clinching.
Sergey was able to land, it looked like a good right hand there, and kind of, you know what, it looked like he meant to throw that left kick, but because he questioned the strike as he threw it, he didn't have the authority or the drive behind it to make it a significant shot, and it made it much easier for Stanislav to catch it, turn him towards the cage, and now he's having to fight off. Sergey's fighting off the takedown attempts of Stanislav.
I do like the game plan of Stanislav as well. He feinted a couple of times with those takedowns before. Actually, it was catching the leg that led him to this position, but keeping Honda thinking.
You do. You have to give your opponent multiple things to worry about. Anytime someone, it works sometimes in rare cases where someone is so good at one aspect of the game that they can just look.
Oh! Spinning elbow there, connects clean. And we talked about the spinning attacks.
Yeah,
Vlasenko, but how did Sergey Honda survive that?
Now he's trying to push for an anaconda choke himself, it looked like.
Sergey's still not 100%.
No. Stanislav looked like he was in a break, and sometimes that happens. That comes from a lot of sparring.
Again?
Yeah, I think the second time he was ready for it, though. He backed away. It looked like he was going to break the clinch, and Sergey felt like there was going to be that mutual, and we had that in fighting, that kind of mutual consent that, okay, you're going to take a break, I'm going to take a break, and people relax. And really, there's an opportunity that you can catch your opponent off rhythm. And that's what we saw right there.
Oh, now Sergey looking to put some pressure on Vlasenko. Shows sort of chin that Sergey's got to take it clean like that and come back.
He tried to go for a double takedown there, has the underhook, and Stanislav made this mistake of stepping over the hips, and that's what allowed Sergey to come back up, and now they're locked up against a clinch in the fence.
50 seconds left in this first round here. Vlasenko working relentlessly on these clinches up against the cage. I said his gas tank had been questioned in other fights. He proved us wrong in his last one. Maybe that's something that he's now leaning on, this cardio, this aggression, this grueling side of the game. Just 10 seconds left now. Sergey looking to lock something up himself there, but maybe just looking to wear the clock down.
I don't know, he's threatening with the guillotine, but now has that underhook. Oh, here comes a spin.
Yep.
I think the guy in the bathroom saw that coming.
What a first round though for Vlasenko there. As far as game plans go, really did put a good, oh, and there's the elbow. We look back at that.
He was breaking away from that clinch, through the spin, and one hell of a shot. Was able to survive, used it by attacking from the bottom, locked up that leg, looked like he was going to try to spin for a knee bar attempt, then abandoned it to come back up on the leg, missed that, but was able to drive up into the clinch and get the separation, and initiated his own attack after that.
Certainly coming with a stronger game plan, implementing it as well, not let Sergey get into his. And one of the things that I do like about it, and they've certainly done their homework, is if you apply the pressure to Sergey, don't let him judge the distance, then you can keep it in your world. And up against the cage, Vlasenko has shown some real skills as well.
Oh, that was a beautiful spin technique he did. The downfall is the cat's out of the bag. Sergey is, very high-level striker. You can catch anybody off guard once. It'd be interesting to see if Stanislav has something else to go with that, or if was his new technique he's used for this matchup, and now it's been exposed.
We go off again. Round two here. Vlasenko starting again with the clinch. Looks to be more venom on the pops of Handожko's kicks and entries there.
Yeah, he's doing kind of a jumping front kick. I think it'd be more effective to be a little closer to the jump knee. He wants to use that left leg to come up into the midsection or the head of Stanislav.
That's the third time that Stanislav's been able to use that kick to be able to get a clinch or even a takedown. So
yeah, it's just he's not having enough power behind it. I don't feel like that's a great exchange.
You careful with his neck here.
Stanislav is pushing hard.
Right in front of us. Sergey has his hands locked, but high up. Gets the takedown, nice turn there.
Kept the head high up there on the avoid the guillotine attempt.
Now we see Sergey Honda on top with 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Still to go in this round. And at this point, after having a round where you've been rocked, you've gone back, you've been taken out of your world into Vlasenko's, is it a case of trying to get around now, build that confidence and get some momentum your side of the cage?
You do, especially after, you know, absorbing a powerful shot. You're still kind of getting your feet underneath you. So this is a perfect position for Sergey to be, because he can tax the gas tank of Stanislav, which, you know, like we've been saying, could be questionable, and at the same time gathering his wits about him and winning the round.
Good chunk of Sergey Honda's camp was out at Thailand, the top team Phuket, along with a number of ACB fighters.
This is great for Sergey, because Stanislav is doing really nothing but clinching and trying to tie him up. That's fatiguing out his arms. He's made no attempt to really get back up to his feet. It looks to me that he has the kind of, let me stall it out enough to get the referee to start it up, but Sergey is too busy on top that that's not going to be the case. Now that if he can keep that left foot, Sergey can keep Stanislav's left foot on his hip, Stanislav will not be able to stand up in this position. Sergey stuffs it down. But see, he stuffed it down, and that's what allowed Stanislav to stand up. But that was because he thought he was passing into a better position, but really he was in a great position.
Yeah. Now Stanislav has turned it round. We talked again about it being about inches, choices, little decisions, and that decision there to allow Stanislav to get that leg under him. And now we have Sergey battling back himself, though. It is a chess match once again.
Well, another in a grueling back and forth exchange, where really by having, in wrestling they call it shelving a leg, when the person's foot that has hip that's closest to the maybe an anaconda.
Looking to drop for that anaconda and roll now.
Oh, he has it.
Look at this. Right in front of us, he's transitioned into that.
Oh, Sergey needs to unwrap his legs and get out of there. Instead, I think he's wrapping the legs of Stanislav, which that's not what he wants to do. It's keeping his hips close to his head.
Stanislav's fingers.
The grips are out, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. The fingers are just loosening on the bicep. Again, we've seen another escape from a technique that wouldn't traditionally be used.
No, you don't really want to bring your hips close to the choke, because now it's driving your spine, it's crushing your ribs. What Sergey did there was able to basically avoid the grip of Stanislav, and it broke out. The gamble paid off for him. Had that been tight like Igor Fernandez's choke, that wouldn't have worked.
Sergey on the right in front of us now, dropping down. Elbows to the body and to the head here. Only 30 seconds left in this round. Totally different from the first one. Honda having much more success.
This fight might be 1 round to 1 round, because I think the most significant shot in that first round coming from Stanislav, I mean, obviously rocked Sergey, but Sergey has completely dominated this round, been in dominant position.
Minus the anaconda attempt, which he managed to escape and end up in this position. But control-wise, damage-wise as well. There we go. I think there we had another one of those gentlemen's agreements where the last 5 seconds will just breathe.
Hard fight. Both guys are, here you see.
Very
sat
tough
down
fight.
with a head outside single, switched it up, stood back up to his feet there. Instead of going for the double, he decided to lock up for the body lock. And that was opened him up for the anaconda choke. Stanislav sat to his butt, wrapped the legs, and really, Sergey also continued to wrap his legs, swept and got on top. Maybe he felt what we saw, that the grip, when you lock up an anaconda choke, if you could go back and watch Igor's earlier, you want the hand to be wrist deep, okay, on top of your own forearm. If you're choking and only your hand, the outside, like the chopping karate part of your hand, like the your pinky side is resting in the crook of your arm, then it causes there's a lot of bend in the wrist, and it's just not a tight enough choke. You want to drive through to your forearm. The ulna bone is sitting on top of the bicep of the choke, and then you can hammer down and squeeze with a lot of intensity, and there it looked like he just didn't have it locked up tight enough, something that obviously Sergey was able to feel, and he opted to drive through and go on top and was able to, really was rewarded for it.
Nice moment between fighters. And we kick off round 3. Vlasenko in the blue corner, Sergey Honda in the red. This could be a case of who can establish, who can dominate early in this third and final round to catch the eyes of the judges. It's Vlasenko that shoots, but Sergey, well aware of that, sprawls.
Here comes the spin again. Oh.
Sergey's still got some pop in those punches. Still light on his toes. It looks like Vlasenko breathing the harder of the two.
Is it me, or does it just look the way the Stanislav is he either loading the right hand? Oh, he has that double.
There you go, takes it down. Right in front of us yet again here at the commentary.
Oh, they're liking this spot over here, huh?
It's great.
I'm good, I just don't want no sweat on me.
Looks like Vlasenko controlling a great head position there.
Sergey works great, used the post to get his hips back up. Now he has a thumb block on that bicep, which puts a lot of force on that grip and really nullifies anything. Stanislav can't advance that position forward anymore. Oh!
Nice toss there now.
What a hip toss.
Sergey Honda ends up in mount with an arm trapped as well. This could go into a triangle. But Vlasenko just boxed and boxed until he got free.
He did basically like a deep half guard sweep. He came out through the back door, was able to get his arm up, and now he has his hands locked again. And watch, he'll be able to require another takedown. But Sergey this time is attempting to hit a switch. He has his left hand in there in the armpit, or the inside the inner thigh of Stanislav, trying to turn the corner, and now he's brought his arm back over.
3 minutes left in this third and final round. Back and forth yet again. Another great matchup, levels-wise, styles-wise. The fans here in Tajikistan, Dushanbe, have been treated to some absolutely unbelievable high-level martial arts.
Stanislav popped his head to the outside. He's trying to switch off to a double. Sergey is blocking the arm, but Stanislav is walking his knees up, and that's one thing you can be rewarded with here in MMA, is that the cage will stop your opponent's feet. You can walk forward on a failed double and drive up into a takedown attempt. Stanislav, though, or excuse me, Sergey, chipping away with those little elbows coming in. They are, I mean, the elbow to the head, there's no flesh there on either point. It's very jarring shots. They don't look hard, but they definitely get your attention.
Vlasenko not giving up on this single leg, though. The referee calls for some action. We questioned the cardio of Vlasenko early, but still driving forward with just 2 minutes left. Nothing highly offensive going on, but control-wise, Vlasenko certainly getting the better of this last minute and a half. The referee wants more action. Ooh. Handojko, hands on his knees there for a minute, had to dig deep for this last 1 minute 30 seconds. Who can make that statement? Who can come forward? Nice body shot there.
Wow.
Tired shot there from Sergey Honda. Actually ends up with Vlasenko. Back in the same position, right in front of us against the cage. Hands gripped on the single. Trying to trap that leg between his. .55 seconds left.
Sergey tried to split his hips, or split his legs to make it hard for Stanislav to connect his hands. But he was able to, but at this point, it's such a battle for Stanislav to gain position every time he's attempting the takedowns. He hasn't really established a solid spot here in this round. You wonder if just time's gonna run out. Coming down now to 30 seconds. if he's not able to get into a position to get a submission or rain down punches to finish this fight.
Threatened there with the guillotine, but 20 seconds left. Sergey still trying to make something happen, but Vlasenko's forward pressure, really the story of this round. Now Vlasenko.
Oh, almost was able to take the back, but Sergey identified it, compromised, giving up his back to go ahead and give up side
A tough, equally fought battle there again. The judges will decide this one. Both fighters resting on each other.
There you see Sergey defend the shot, came right into throwing a heavy knee, which stunned and hurt Stanislav. Stanislav, though, was trying to step over and reap the leg, but Sergey was able to use that leg trip, Uchimata-style throw, tossed him over the hips and acquired a solid mount there. And one of the more defining movements of the techniques of the fight.
And who would have thought that we'd get to round 3 after that spinning elbow in round 1? Vlasenko drew it, Sergey Honda ate it, managed to survive in round 2, arguably took round 2. That third round, for me the control was with Vlasenko, but again, very difficult to know what the judges are scoring it on. The judges are adding their scores up now. You can keep up with all the ACB action. Follow us on Facebook at ACBerkut, on Twitter at ACB_league, on Instagram ACBMMA. Get involved, let us know what you think. Hashtag ACB55. We have 3 more bouts to go. 3 more exciting matchups. And we are yet to find out who is the winner between this tightly fought contest between Stanislav Vlasenko and Sergey Handojko. Judges taking their time for this, still talking it through. They've handed it now to Alexander Zagorski, who's making his way to the cage so we can find out who has taken this tough battle in the welterweight division. Neither fighter really celebrating, but such a tough call. So we'll hand it back to Alexander Zagorski for the result.
Итак, по завершении 3-раундового конкурентного поединка обратимся к судейским запискам. Итак, судья Магомедов, 29-28, Власенко. Судья Жолобов, 29-28, Хандожко. И судья Байсултанов, 29-28. Таким образом, раздельным решением судей победу одержал Сергей Хандожко!
So Sergey Handojko takes that on a split decision. Vlasenko looks astonished, and Sergey looks relieved, absolutely relieved. A tight call, that one. Again, it's difficult to know exactly what the judges saw as significant, what areas they scored. But let's not take anything away from that fight. What a close battle. What a really, really close battle.
Сергей, Организаторы говорят, что вы должны сказать несколько слов.
Вот сейчас похлопайте, пожалуйста. Вот сейчас. Друзья, в первую очередь я хотел сказать слова благодарности администрации, организаторам и ACB во главе с Мирбеком Хасиевым за то, что верите в меня, даете надежды. Вот, хоть я и провожу не самые зрелищные бои, но поверьте, я оставляю всего себя в зале. Это моя мечта, и я рано или поздно добьюсь. А вам за то, что вы делаете, спасибо большое за веру. И я рад быть частью такого грандиозного проекта, как ACB. Спасибо вам. Также хочу сказать большое спасибо своим командам. Это с недавних полстрела Тим во главе с Тарасом Кияшко. Я рад, что вы меня приняли в команду. Я буду доказывать, что я не отбываю это место просто так. Своей команде Индастриал, Тим и Саше Сидорину. И эту победу я хочу посвятить своей маме. Мам, ты сейчас смотришь со слезами на глазах, волнуешься за меня. Прости за то, что столько нервов тебе убил. А ты мое все, и я это для себя делаю, чтобы ты гордилась. Спасибо, Душанбе. Я здесь.
So there we go, we got some words there from Handожко.
Дружелюбный, открытый народ.
And we get some more.
Спасибо.
He has thanked the promotion, Manabek Zayev, the owner of the promotion, for giving him the opportunity to get back in the ACB cage after 2 losses. And now that's a little comical moment. We're in a circus, can't find the exit. He thanks his training partners. Above all, he thanks his mum and the fans. He wants to be the ACB champion.
Итак, дамы и господа, мы
And he's going to work hard to make that come true.
представляет вам 3-раундовый бой в легком весе. Ваше внимание на экран.